You've been there, haven't you? Clocked a respectable 300 hours on your survival world, maybe even built a decent starter base, only to drown dramatically in a murky cave, all because you were desperately trying to snag that one exclusive copper vein. Sound familiar? Yeah, cool. Because what I'm about to show you will flip everything you thought you knew about staying alive and thriving in Minecraft. Section 1. Quick wins. Instantly level up your survival game. These first few tips are your immediate power-ups, the kind of knowledge that makes you slap yourself on the forehead and wonder, why didn't I think of that? Tip 1. Torch breathing, the emergency lifesaver. Imagine this, you're deep underwater, maybe exploring a sunken ship or mining for prismarine, and your air bubbles are rapidly dwindling. Panic starts to set in. You frantically swim to the surface, but it's too far. Most players would be resigned to their watery fate, but maybe chugging an expensive potion or fumbling with a door. But not you. Not anymore. Here's a secret. When those precious bubbles hit one and you're seconds away from drowning, just slap a torch on the block next to your head. What happens? Minecraft's water physics, bless your blocky heart, hiccups for half a second. This brief moment of confusion creates a tiny temporary air pocket around your head, instantly refilling your air meter. It's like the game momentarily forgets water exists in that one spot. You then pick that torch back up and continue swimming as if nothing happened. Tip 2. Insta-gravel delete, the mountain mover's secret. Gravel? It's everywhere. It clogs up your mines, it fills your inventory, and it generally just gets in the way. Mining it block by block is a tedious chore, especially when you're facing down an entire mountain of the stuff. Shovels get worn down and your patience runs thin. But what if I told you there was a way to make an entire stack of gravel vanish with a single click? Here's the magic. Target the very bottom block of the gravel stack. Mine it, and as it breaks, quickly pop a torch on that empty space directly beneath the fallen column. Count 1 in your head, and boom! Every single gravel block above crumbles instantly into them, draining down into a single torch. Tip 3. Torch scaffolding, building beyond gravity. Ever tried to build a sky bridge or a floating platform, only to realise how many resources you're actually burning on temporary scaffolding? Or maybe you just wanted to create something truly unique, defying the usual laws of Minecraft physics. Torches, those humble light sources, are about to become your best friend in structural engineering. Most players know torches provide light. Some know they break gravel, but did you know they can also hold sand or gravel mid-air? This isn't just a quirky visual, it's a legitimate building technique. If you place a torch against a solid block, you can then place a gravity-affected block like sand or gravel directly on top of it. Just floats there. Now, for the real trick, want a cheap, temporary sky bridge that practically builds itself and cleans itself up? Alternate placing sand blocks and torches on the side of your growing bridge. Walk on the sand, extend your path, then you're done. Simply breaking the initial torch supporting the structure, and the entire sand bridge will collapse, conveniently breaking itself down into items as it falls. Tip 4. Signed water break. Master of the flow. Water. It's essential for farming, for defense, and for aesthetics. But it can also be a massive pain. It can kill your redstone circuits, ruin carefully crafted builds with unwanted flows, and slow you down to a crawl when you're trying to navigate an underwater base. Here's a trick that lets you control these fluids like a pro. Drop a sign into a stream of water or lava. Place it right in the path of the flow. What happens? The flow stops cold, as if it hit an invisible wall. But here's the kicker, you can still walk right through the space where the sign is. Signs, much like ladders and trapdoors, are considered non-full blocks. They occupy space but don't fully block it, allowing fluids to register them as an obstruction without actually filling the entire block space. This is incredibly useful. Tip 5. Blaze Snowball Sniper, Nether Fortress Domination. Home of the fiery blazes, those annoying floating mobs that shoot fireballs that guard precious blade rods. Taking them on with a sword is risky, and arrows can be expensive, especially early on. But what if there was a cheap, almost infinite projectile that could take them down safely from a distance? Enter the humble Snowball. Most players think snowballs are just for fun, or maybe just to annoy some friends. But blazers, being creatures of fire, have a particular weakness. Snowballs hurt them for 3 hearts each. Yes, you heard that right. 3 hearts of damage per snowball. Bring 2 stacks of snowballs into the Nether Fortress, and you can effectively clear out an entire blaze spawner without even drawing your sword or fire. If you've just learned more about Minecraft survival in the last 2 minutes than in your last 3 Minecraft worlds combined, then you know what to do. Tap that like button so Minecraft's algorithm knows that you're not a noob anymore, and stick around. Because next up, we're diving into the truly mind-bending stuff. The pro tier glitches and obstruct mechanics that speedrunners guard with their lives. The kind of knowledge that turns surviving into dominating. You won't want to miss these. Section 2. Pro hacks. bending reality to your will. Alright, you've mastered the quick wins. Now let's get into the deep cuts, the advanced techniques that separate the casual players from the true Minecraft masters. These aren't just clever tricks, they're subtle manipulations of the game's engine that will make you feel like you're cheating without actually cheating. Tip 6. Boat Cliff Surfer, the ultimate fall damage remover. Falling? It's the #1 cause of death for many seasoned Minecrafters. Misjudge a jump, get knocked off an edge, or just plain forget to build a staircase down. Splat! All of your hard-earned gear scattered and despawning. But what if you could laugh in the face of gravity, turning certain death into a graceful descent? Here's the pro move. Place a boat right on the very edge of any cliff, no matter how high, hop in, simply walk the boat off the edge. As soon as you descend, the game will register you as being in a boat. And for reasons known only to the spaghetti code gods, fall damage is completely cancelled. You hit the ground perfectly safe without a scratch. But we can take it a step further. While falling, you can spam shift and then also spam right click to enter the boat. This effectively slows down your descent to a gentle glide, similar to an elytra but with nothing but a boat. Tip 7. Dolphin Leash Zoom, Underwater Speed Demon. Exploring the vast oceans of Minecraft can be slow and tedious. Even with Depth Strider boosts, you're still not exactly breaking any speed records. Ocean monuments with their tempting Prismarine and Elder Guardians often feel like a momentum draw to raid. Monumental. What if you could zip through the water at blistering speeds, outrunning Guardians and clearing entire temples before your night vision potion wears off? Secret lies with your friendly aquatic companions, dolphins. Swim near a wild dolphin, you gain the Dolphin's Grace free effect, giving you a significant speed boost underwater. But here's the game changer. You can leash a dolphin. Yes, a lead works on dolphins. Once leashed, drag that dolphin through an ocean monument. Combined with Depth Strider freeboots, the speed is absolutely insane. You'll be moving at over 3 times your normal sprint speed, leaving Guardians in your wake, mining out the entire sections of the temple, and collecting all that sweet loot before you have any time to worry about your oxygen. Tip 8. Partial block air tunnels, the breathable underwater labyrinth. Building underwater can be a pain. Glass domes are functional, but often look unnatural. Constantly popping up for air or chugging potions breaks the immersion. What if you could create breathable tunnels and underwater rooms that blend seamlessly with the environment without needing any bulky glass or expensive enchantments? The answer lies in partial blocks. Blocks that don't fill the entire 1 meter cube. Think fences, stairs, slabs, ladders, trapdoors, and even signs. When placed underwater, these blocks inherently leave an air pocket around them. The genius comes when you chain them together. Using a series of partial blocks, you can create a continuous breathable tunnel or an entire underwater base that looks completely natural. Game registers the air pockets, allowing you to breathe, while the blocks themselves provide structure and aesthetic appeal. Tip 9. Soul Sand Trapdoors, the perfect one-wide prison. Looking for a clever way to trap mods, ensnare unsuspecting players, or perhaps teach your boring friend a few lessons about personal property? A simple one-wide trap that's incredibly effective and almost impossible to escape is a true mark of a master survivalist. The key ingredient here is soul sand. When you stand on soul sand, you sink slightly into the block. A seemingly minor detail is of this ingenious trap. Combine this sinking effect with a trapdoor placed at eye level. Because you're slightly lower, that trapdoor, when closed, becomes an impassable head barrier. You're effectively pinned. Bind this with a piston that automatically closes the trapdoor, and you've got yourself a one-wide cell that can perfectly trap creepers, hostile players, or that one friend that just can't keep them hands off those diamonds. Tip 10. Wood slab fire immunity. Aesthetics meet safety. Building in wood is classic Minecraft. It's versatile, looks great, and is often easy to acquire. But it has one glaring weakness. Fire. One accidental lava spill, one stray ghast fireball in the nether, and your beautiful wooden base can go up in smoke in seconds. So, how do you get that cozy wood aesthetic without constant fear of that fiery inferno? The answer is surprisingly simple. Wooden slabs. Like full wooden blocks, wooden slabs do not catch fire. This is a subtle but incredibly powerful game mechanic. Build your lava smelting array, your cozy nether base, or even the entire overworld mansion out of wooden slabs, and you'll maintain that classic wood aesthetic without the crippling anxiety of fire spreading. Section 2, halfway there, mind blown yet? We're halfway through these insane tips. If any of these just completely blow your mind, then I want to hear about it. Drop a comment below and tell me which number made you drop your jaw to the floor. I'm personally replying to every single comment, and the best story, maybe a hilarious anecdote about trapping a friend or a close call saved by boat surfing, will get featured in an upcoming video, so don't be shy. Section 3, economy and AI exploits. Bend in the game to your will. You've mastered mastered movement, you've mastered building. Now let's talk about mastering the very fabric of Minecraft's economy and its artificial intelligence. These tips are next level, allowing you to generate infinite wealth, hone your combat skills against a relentless foe, and optimize your resource gathering like never before. Tip 11. Villager Recycling Center, the infinite discount machine. Villager trading is a cornerstone of the late game survival, but getting those perfect enchantments or cheap resources can be a grind. What if you could force villagers to give you insane permanent discounts, turning a single emerald into an enchanted diamond pickaxe? This isn't just trading, it's an economical exploit that redefines wealth in Minecraft. Here's how you build your very own villager recycling center. First, you need a zombie villager. Trap it securely, ideally here. Next, splash it with a potion of weakness, then feed it a golden apple. This cures it and turns it into a regular villager with a slight discount. But here's where the magic truly happens. Once it's cured, each time you cure a villager, its prices drop permanently. Tip 12. AI Hunter Manhunter, the ultimate skill forge. Ever wanted to practice your combat parkour or other skills in high stakes environment, but your friends are either too busy or just not challenging enough? The Manhunt challenge is incredibly popular, but orchestrating it in a solo world is impossible. Or is it? Introducing the lightweight AI Hunter data pack. This brilliant creation spawns relentless, intelligent tracking squads that hunt only you in your survival world. These aren't just dumb zombies, these are AI hunters that are incredibly sophisticated. They will craft boats to cross water, use beds to skip the night, place obsidian shields to protect themselves. They're programmed to mimic human player tactics, constantly adapting and pursuing you with unwavering determination. This data pack transforms your solo experience into an intense dynamic manhunt, forcing you to participate in critical skills like clutch saves, speed bridging, escapes, intra-creation PvP, maneuvers, and terrastic resource management. Tip 13. Cow over pig policy, the ultimate farming animal. When it comes to animal farming in Minecraft, many players just breed whatever animal they find. But if you're looking to maximize your resources and streamline your survival, there's a clear winner in the farming animal hierarchy, the cow. Let's break it down for you, Mark. Pigs only drop pork. That's it. Good for food, but not much else. Cows, however, are multi-purpose powerhouses. They drop delicious steak, which provides 6 hunger bars per cooked item, a fantastic food source. But crucially, they also drop leather, which is essential for crafting armor, item frames, and most importantly, books for enchanting tables. And let's not forget the milk. Milk buckets can cure any status effect. Tip 14. Sun Compass, the ancient art of navigation. Getting lost in Minecraft is a rite of passage. You wander too far from your base, forget to set a waypoint, and suddenly every tree looks the same. A compass is useful, but what if you don't have one? Or what if you're in a speed run and every second counts? There's an ancient, infallible method of finding your way. The sun and moon are your celestial navigators. They always, without fail, rise and set in the east. To use this to your advantage, simply punch a single dirt block into a pillar or find any tall, thin object. Then, watch its shadow for just 5 seconds. The direction the shadow is moving will instantly tell you your cardinal directions. If the shadow is moving to the right, the sun is rising in the east. It's simple, elegant, and completely free to get your bearings without any tools whatsoever. Tip 15. Batch crafting, the efficiency hack. You're building a massive castle or maybe a sprawling rail system, and you need hundreds of ladders, fences, stairs. Clicking through the crafting menu one stack at a time feels like an eternity. Your inventory fills up, you empty it, you craft more, rinse and repeat. There has to be a faster way, right? There is, and it's staring at you in your face every time you open that crafting table. When you're using the recipe book in your crafting interface, hold down the shift key whilst clicking on the recipe. Instead of crafting just one item, as long as you have the resources for them, it will fill your inventory with stacks of them. This applies to ladders, fences, stairs, sticks, planks, anything that stacks. So, there you have it, 15 insane game-changing tricks that will fundamentally alter how you play Minecraft Survival. You can now breathe underwater with nothing but a twig and a quick hand. You can erase entire mountains of gravel with a single torch, transforming landscapes in seconds. And you can trade like a Wall Street broker, getting enchanted diamond gear all before your first nightfall, if you play your cards right.